I feel like I've experienced more homophobia in D.C. in this summer alone than I ever had in Texas in my entire life.
Now on DC News Now at 9, a couple says they were attacked in D.C. over the weekend for being gay. Police now investigating it as a possible hate crime. Tonight we speak to the couple, still shaken up.
And strong reactions pouring in tonight over a grand jury's decision not to indict the woman allegedly at the center of Emmett Till's lynching. Why the case is still being looked into more than 7 decades later.
And local leaders respond to former President Trump's home being raided. Virginia's governor, in particular, denouncing the move.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. We begin with a heat wave creeping up through the rest of the week. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
And Janessa, you're watching for a few storms right there right now.
Yeah, we're actually going to start to see the heat actually die down in the next 36 hours. It's really the stormy activity that our weather team is the main focus as we are issuing a weather alert day going into tomorrow afternoon. With the heat and humidity, it's still in place. All advisories have died down across the DMV, so that's no longer a concern. It's just the storms that will continue to pick up, and they are hovering across southern Maryland right now, and they are on the isolated side, so you're going to see just pockets of isolated storm. We do have one in Fairfax County, Alexandria right now, nothing on the severe side, but this is just a heavy downpour. And actually, this is how it started yesterday, a small storm that expanded across sections of Prince George's County, and then we had that flood warning. So it's very important for the next few hours. I'm going to go until about midnight as we could possibly see these storms popping up. What we are dealing with is winds. They are trying to subside, but it's allowing for a little bit more energy. So current live radar, you can see the wider view tracking severe weather out towards Philadelphia. And the heat and humidity, it's still in place, even though the advisory has now expired across the DMV. Right now, we're going to see overnight lows. They're going to drop to the lower 70s, but the feel-like temperature throughout your evening will be in the mid-80s with humidity levels still very high. The problem is we have an approaching cold front out towards our west. This will spark up severe weather throughout your Wednesday afternoon. It's super important that we time things out as people are traveling into DC metro area and outside of the area for your evening commute. We'll talk about that coming up, guys.
All right, Janessa, thanks. Well, tonight there's growing support for a couple who was attacked in D.C. over the weekend.
Yeah, they believe they were targeted because they're gay, and now police are investigating it as a possible hate crime. Marielle Carbone has the very latest for us tonight.
Yeah, we do want to know. We're not showing their faces or using their full names out of concern for their safety.
I know stuff like this happens, but in D.C. in the middle of the day, a couple blocks from U Street, where there are a bunch of very popular gay bars, is pretty shocking to me.
But it did happen, an attack on a young gay couple. Robert and Antonio say they walked past a group of teens on Sunday evening when they heard this.
They said a monkeypox F word to us, and at this point we turned to them. It's like, what did you just say to us?
Antonio says they turned around to keep walking when one teen came up behind them, punching Robert in the forehead and Antonio in the mouth before running away. These photos show his injury and bloodstained shirt. He needed 3 stitches.
Emotionally, I'd say we're both pretty
Shaken up?
Yeah, shaken up.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a while to process and kind of know how to feel about stuff and where we're going to feel safe walking down the street again. So.
A police report lists the motivation for the attack as sexual orientation anti-gay. And police tell DC News Now this is being investigated as a possible bias or hate crime.
I had several instances, and I feel like I've experienced more homophobia in D.C. in this summer alone than I ever had in Texas in my entire life.
According to D.C. police stats, bias-related hate crimes involving sexual orientation are up in the district. January through June, there's been 23, up from 17 during the same period last year.
I mean, the first thing that comes to words matter, obviously. This all started just from words.
As for the group yelling those words and the attacker,
it seems like they have some issues with their own self, and I hope that they, get the help they need. If they're attacking random people on the street, I don't think they're in the best spot mentally.
And that was Marielle Carbone reporting. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser put out a statement tonight saying she's extremely disturbed by the crime. She also says MPD's LGBTQ liaison is part of this investigation. Meanwhile, D.C. police are also investigating reports of a woman attacked at Georgiana's. That bar is formerly known as a Players Lounge. It's on MLK Jr. Avenue in Southeast.
Yeah, so officers say the victim, Ina Darlene, was hit with the bar stool in an argument that turned violent. So this happened back on August 3rd. No one's been arrested yet. And D.C. Councilmember Trayon White put out a statement in response to this incident. He says he does not condone this type of behavior or violence, adding, quote, "We are in a time where we have to have unity or be non-existent. The violence in our city is escalating because of a lack of love and understanding." And last night, a man was detained today after police say he physically assaulted a Secret Service officer in Washington, D.C. The incident happened just this afternoon on Pennsylvania Avenue. The officer, we're told, is expected to be okay, and the motive for the attack is still unclear.
A second lawsuit has now been filed against Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin over his office's refusal to share emails sent to a tip line. The tip line was used to ask parents to report any inherently divisive practices taught in schools. The lawsuit was filed in Arlington by a law firm and watchdog group, American Oversight. It alleges the governor violated Virginia's Freedom of Information Act for withholding records related to the tip line. Youngkin's office claims the records were withheld because they're considered working papers and correspondence of the office of the governor.
And a grand jury in Mississippi will not indict the woman whose accusations set off the lynching of black teenager EMMETT Till. Yeah,
that lynching was nearly 70 years ago, and the refusal to indict the woman is despite revelations about an unserved arrest warrant, as also an unpublished memoir by the woman now in question.
Yeah, so the grand jury last week determined that there was not enough evidence to indict Caroline Donham on charges of kidnapping and manslaughter. And people in the DMV are sharing their feelings about the decision. Cheyenne Corin covers Montgomery County for us and spoke to a local activist.
It's never been a common theme in this country to have legal accountability for white people who have caused significant harm to Black people.
Activist Carlene Ponder says she's not surprised the Mississippi grand jury declined to indict the woman whose accusation caused the lynching of EMMETT Till. She says America's justice system has never condemned violence against Black people.
What would you say to people that say this happened nearly 70 years ago? This is an older woman. What's the point of holding her accountable now?
Well, I think, you know, I don't know that anybody expected this woman to be held accountable in the sense that she was going to be sentenced to 25 years in prison or something like that. I think it's more of a recognition that she played a very significant role in one of the most horrific and well-publicized lynchings in American history.
Ponder says even decades later, justice seems elusive in many cases when the victim is Black.
We see that with the struggles that we have getting indictments for police officers, often caught on camera, egregiously harming Black people in the community.
But despite her disappointment in the grand jury decision, Ponder says she's not deterred from the movement that started so long ago.
That's why we say Black Lives Matter, right? And that's why we have to shoot down the retort that all lives matter, because, you know, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Cheyenne Corin for DC News Now.
Well, Montgomery County detectives need help investigating this smash and grab burglary caught on camera. It happened at a Watch Pocket store in Gaithersburg on July 17th. The suspects used a sledgehammer to break a glass display case, steal jewelry and watches. 3 suspects are now wanted for this crime.
And a popular Adams Morgan Street will be shut down to drivers over the next couple of months. It's to help add foot traffic to D.C. businesses. So during a few select Sundays over the next 3 months, 18th Street will be closed between Columbia and Calorama Roads. The move is part of Mayor Muriel Bowser's Street for People grant program, and the street will close for the first time on August 21st. And local leaders responding tonight after former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate was searched by the FBI.
Yeah, Trump called it an unannounced raid. The FBI search and investigation related to the potential mishandling of classified documents. Republicans, including Senator Lindsey Graham and Congressman Jerry Carl, condemning it.
I want to know what led to this. I think every Republican believes that the FBI, when it comes to Trump and other organizations, have lost their mind.
I'm really confused why anyone would do that to any president. I don't care whom the president is. I mean, there is a respect that goes along with that office.
And because this is an ongoing investigation, the FBI is not commenting on the search, and Democrats say they're not involved.
Yeah, so responding to the raid tonight, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin put out this statement. Take a look, calling it a stunning move by the DOJ and FBI, and saying this same DOJ labeled parents in Loudoun County as terrorists and failed to enforce federal law to protect justices in their homes. He added, selective, politically motivated actions have no place in our democracy.
And Maryland Governor Larry Hogan calling on the Biden administration to release the documents authorizing the FBI search. He said in a statement, the American people deserve to know all the facts as soon as possible. All new tonight, a town in Frederick County is trying to get drivers to slow down in the school zone, so it's installing new safety cameras there. New Market says it's using state-of-the-art digital cameras to cut down on violations and keep everyone safe. Officials say they're working to make sure there are clear signs at every location. You could face a $40 fine if you're caught speeding. Well, summer is winding down as people prepare for the final weekends of break. West Virginia is reminding all drivers of the importance of wearing a seatbelt. A nationwide Click It or Ticket campaign is currently underway on West Virginia's roads. Drivers will notice more officers patrolling the roads, ticketing seatbelt violators. That'll last through August 21st.